So how do you figure out whether they need heart health or gut health? Well, diagnostic testing really provides a great way to do that.
Welcome to AMC. I'm Dr. Greg Miller. Are you using or thinking about using nutrition in your practice? Today, John McGuire discusses basic testing procedures your staff can do to bring better health to your patients. Let's go ahead and get started.
I'm John McGuire, and have you ever thought about implementing nutrition and diagnostic testing into your clinic, or even functional medicine as a whole? I'm here today to talk a little bit about ways to do that, the benefits of it, and how easy it can be to implement. While several others within this segment may talk specifically within those areas, I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of the process, how easy it is to implement, as well as, of course, the benefits to your clinic and your patients that you serve. There's a number of different ways that this can be looked upon. Obviously, nutrition is an important aspect of overall health. And as you will probably already know, many chiropractors throughout the country deal in nutrition for their patients. What you want to do, obviously, is make sure that you have the right products, those that are clinically dosage, the right ingredients, ultimately reach the goals that you're trying to within the different areas of health that you're focusing on. So choosing the right products is an extremely important aspect of it. In addition, diagnostic testing plays a viable tool in regards to implementing nutrition and where to focus on. If you have diagnostic testing that provides results that give you sort of a roadmap to introduce nutrition, that's also a very wonderful thing. The nice aspect of nutrition and diagnostic testing as well is that it's really for your entire community. There's probably not a patient or client out in your community that couldn't benefit from testing and nutrition. So that makes it very important when you're trying to be more of your community leader and create outreach for those new patients, new clients, and to build your practice and business. Of course, not to mention the enormous benefits and outcomes that your patients can receive along with chiropractic. So let's kind of start from the beginning. If you've ever thought about nutrition, what you really want to do is possibly, start putting that into your care plans from the very beginning. You can start off with very needed things such as a multivitamin or omega inflammation products, detox products, those basic things like vitamin D that every patient should use regardless of diagnostic testing and what their health history may be. So focus on those immediate needs and immediate broad products that can help implement. That could be done right at the initial care plan portion and help the patient all the way through their chiropractic care. Outside of implementing just those at the very beginning, what I call the basic health and wellness products, there's also a large variety of products that can be utilized based on the particular area of care that's being focused on, such as gut health or heart health, or inflammation, or even thyroid or any type of hormone. So there are a number of different specific areas of need that products can implement as well. So how do you figure out whether they need heart health or gut health? Well, diagnostic testing really provides a great way to do that. And having access to testing and providing that to where it can be done with your patient in your clinic is a very significant tool. Because one, the patient won't be leaving your clinic and going to a lab. You'll be able to implement it right then and there. Obviously, this has very good opportunity on a revenue or income for your practice, but the patient outcomes far outweigh that as well. So, you want to make sure that if you start performing functional medicine or functional health, you want to be able to partner with a group or company or companies that offer the right products, the right diagnostic testing, as well as how does all that fit in and how easy is it to adapt. So again, let's kind of start from the beginning. If you start implementing nutrition to every patient that's in a care plan, that's a wonderful thing. But when do you introduce diagnostic testing? Is it right at the beginning? Is it further down the road? That's really up to you. What a lot of chiropractors do that have nutrition and diagnostic testing is they'll offer a test with their initial consult, exam, and report. That way, they're sort of setting the tone with the patient at the very beginning that this is part of the practice and this is what's best for your overall health. So you may want to include an inflammation and vitamin D test, You may want to include a genetic health and wellness test. There's a lot of options to do at the very beginning. That's in conjunction with x-ray, consult, and exam. The other thing is that a lot just focus on chiropractic, and then after they do sort of a follow-up x-ray and a second visit and overall with the patient going through their care plan around the 90-day point. At that point, you may have an increased value and real relationship with that patient. They're more confident. They've seen results in their subluxation. So you want to start introducing them towards health and wellness so you can start implementing diagnostic testing and nutrition after the 90 days. Some do it a little further, some do it at the maintenance plan. But we highly recommend that you start introducing this way early on in your initial visits with your patient for a number of reasons. One, it's setting the tone that you have the expertise and knowledge, and that while x-rays and chiropractic care is an extremely important aspect, there's other things that you just don't see with the x-ray that will help them get better, faster, and even help adjust to problems that they may not even be aware that they had. Some tools at the very beginning that should be made available to you are an environmental questionnaire, also a metabolic code, or some type of way for you to sort of get an idea of where to start. Obviously, the patient's going to fill out intake paperwork, and some of their health history may have certain things such as heart disease in the family or other health-related matters. But having some sort of questionnaire or automated process or tool that you can use at the very beginning to help focus on what supplements, what diagnostic testing could be a very valuable tool to utilize with that patient. So again, having the right tools at the beginning in order to find out what are the first tests to use, which direction to go, is a very strong thing. You could also just implement something very simple. Again, like I talked about earlier, inflammation and vitamin D tests within every packet sets the tone. Inflammation is obviously a very key thing that affects many of us and many health-related problems, so that's a great way to start. I also truly like the metabolic code questionnaires, where your patient's going through a series of questions that help define risk areas within functional medicine or health. So that gives you a tool to focus on where to start. In some cases, it may be gut health, maybe adrenal, could be heart, and so on. So again, finding a way to work with an organization on the front end that simplifies the process, gives you direction or a roadmap on where to head, as well as moving forward. It's important, though, whenever you start, whether it's at the beginning or after 90 days, that you understand the protocols and the process on when to retest and what to do following that test. I think it's important that you work with an organization that really has a plug-and-play model or a simplistic approach of doing all of this. Some of these companies have significant things such as flow charts that walk through every single test based on the markers that are being shown, where the markers fall within, and what next steps are. And those next steps could be what type of product they need, what's the dosage of that, and how frequent, and of course, what is the time frame for additional testing and follow-up. So that is a great roadmap for the entire history of that patient, plus at the same time implementing this into their care plan within the 12-month period or so. The one aspect of this nutrition and diagnostic testing is that probably 90% of it or more can be implemented by staff. It's important that the doctor review tests and be part of their overall care and in discussion with the patient, but the nutrition itself, the diagnostic testing itself, can all be implemented and followed up and taken care of by staff. So that really makes it easy for the doctor to focus on what they do best, that's adjusting and working with patient, while having these ancillary items as a separate tool that staff can handle. So the nice aspect of an overall health and wellness, nutrition, and diagnostic program is, one, it can be implemented at the very beginning with the patient. There's a number of great tools that you can utilize to implement that early on. There's a number of great tools to guide you through reading the diagnostics, the steps that you need to do to treat the patient. And then, of course, there's very simple ways to implement with staff and within your entire chiropractic program. This really gives an enormous benefit to patients, again, as well as a great additional revenue stream and referrals from those patients who are having great success both on chiropractic as well as health and wellness. So if you've ever considered nutrition or diagnostic, please consider reaching out to those companies that offer tremendous product, a wide range of diagnostic testing, as well as a simple floor plan or flowchart program that can really make it easy for you to plug and play this into your practice and really simplify the process, but give you the support, information, tools to help you do this and help you do this in a way to where you become an expert within your community. Thanks again for your time today.
Doc, we've got a live Zoom call on July 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern with more detail on nutrition in your practice. Register at amcfamily.com/calendar. AMC is here to help your practice become respected, effective, and valued.